Okay, thanks for stopping by the next installment of Phire CMS video tutorials. In this one, we're going to go over templates, which are an integral part of the CMS in displaying the content as you want it to be displayed. So we're going to go ahead and log into that same install that we had. If you watch the add and edit page tutorial, you'll see that we added the test page there. So we're going to go ahead and jump into content templates, and by default 4 templates come up, and the two that are really used in the default install are homepage template and subpage template. Header and footer are kind of a split up of, I believe, the subpage template that allows you, through the API, if you really want to get, under the hood with Phire and develop your own PHP scripts outside of the CMS, you can actually call the header template out of the system to set it up, do your PHP, and then call the footer template to close off the page and render it from there. So we'll cover that later on, but that's the purpose of having something like a header and footer template. But in the case of just basic rendering a full page, we'll focus on the home page and the subpage templates. So let's click on the homepage template. Now at this point, obviously you're going to need to know a little bit about HTML at least to get around. And templates can be pretty much anything you want them to be. There's a set type of content. There's a set array of different content types you can set, from HTML to plain text to CSS to JavaScript. And this is actually all editable under system configuration. You can set what content types you want to be available. So if you go to system configuration, scroll down to edit content types, you can set different ones and allow them to be available to different sites. HTML text are kind of forced to be there because obviously you need at least those, but the other ones, if you want to kind of generate your own CSS files out of the system, not even have to worry about uploading stuff, you can just do it all right here. JavaScript, XML, RSS, stuff like that. So we go back to templates, go to the homepage template. We can set our type. We can assign it to a site if we have multiple sites. And if there is a theme installed and you want to assign it to that theme, you can assign it here. Give it a title. It does need a template name because that's part of the UI, the API, I'm sorry. If you want to find it, you can find it by ID or you can find it by a unique name. So in this case, homepage template. And then if you've developed your HTML template in whatever text editor or editor that you use, you can just copy it all in here and go. And obviously that's, you can see it from top to bottom. Starts off with the standard HTML header stuff, and then closes out here. And before we go any further, I'd like to talk about kind of what really drives the whole templating engine and page content display of Phire CMS, and that is a set of placeholders. So I'm going to jump over to the Phire CMS website, and under Playing with Phire, there is a link to the placeholder glossary, and this actually comes with the install. You can look at the text files or the docs and see this laid out. But there's a set of predefined placeholders that can be placed in pretty much anything within the system, from pages to templates to sections, that allow you to kind of put these little placeholder flags like page content into wherever you want it to show, and it says, hey, this is where the page content goes. So it's pretty straightforward. The format for all of them is the square bracket, curly bracket, and then the keyword, and then close curly bracket and square bracket. So this is just a set of flag placeholders that allow you to kind of use the system and place things where you need to place them. So in the situation with the template, you can see I've got up at the top, you want the encoding to say if it's UTF-8, you can really specific with it. You don't have to have that, but it's just to show you it's there. There it is here. The main thing would be, like, especially for the SEO, with the page author, page keywords, page description, robots, all that meta stuff can be set right here in the template. So you can have your template here, and then everything you set for each of the pages. Say you have a site with 25 pages, and you really want to manage the SEO of each page and try to get the maximum rankings out of each page based on the content, the SEO, and the metadata here. You could do that here if you just set these little placeholders in, and then go manage under the pages, the page author keywords and descriptions for each one. In this particular case, it is the theme, so you got a couple other placeholders, base path, content path, that gets you to the theme location, so we can reference JavaScript files and CSS files, things like that. But scrolling down, basically, you've got if you can kind of get through all this, you got it all down to right here is the guts of it. This is where the page content goes. So you basically have the most simple template in the world. You could have, an open HTML tag, a title tag, open body tag, close all that off, close HTML, and in between the body tags, just have page content, and you've got the most basic, template in the world. So, that's how the templates work as far as page, things go, placeholders go. So, if I were to say page create it, like take, the page create it and put that, let's go ahead and save that to the home page. And now when we go load up that home page, it's going to drop the page creator right there on every home page that we load up. So, that's kind of the way that the templates work with their placeholders. It's pretty straightforward from there, but we'll go ahead and remove that here. And that's more or less how templates work. Thanks for stopping by.